Have you and your partner been feeling the pressure to jump into IUI or IVF because it's just not happening after your vasectomy reversal? You've been told your labs are normal, but you're still left questioning what's wrong with us. I get it. You feel like the clock is ticking and everyone seems to be saying you're running out of time. But what if your fertility journey doesn't have to follow a rushed and expensive path? In today's episode, I'm sharing why those normal lab results might not actually be optimal for conception and why it's crucial to address a few key factors before moving into fertility treatments. I'll walk you through simple, powerful steps that you can start taking today to support your fertility naturally. Plus, I'll share a little bit of my own story of waiting and how trusting God's timing, even when everyone else around me was telling me to hurry up, even myself, and how that led to the healthiest pregnancy of my life at 40. Tune in to find out how you can take charge of your journey and trust that if God placed this desire on your heart, He will make a way. Are you feeling frustrated and heartbroken, praying each month for that positive test after a vasectomy reversal, but it's still not happening? You've changed your diet, taken all of the supplements, tracked every cycle, but nothing seems to work. The waiting, the financial stress, and seeing others conceive while you're left asking, why not us? I see you. Welcome to Conceiving After Vasectomy Reversal. I'm Susan Gladstein, a holistic health and fertility specialist, and my husband and I have walked this path too, through the hope, setbacks, and those nights wondering, will it ever happen? But with faith, perseverance, and a holistic approach to fertility, we are blessed with our miracle baby. In this podcast, I'll share the tips, strategies, and faith-filled support that work for us. We'll explore what doctors might overlook, like why normal tests don't always mean your body is ready for a baby. So if you're ready to take this journey with fresh hope, practical steps, you're in the right place. Your miracle is closer than you think, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Are you worn down by the roller coaster of hope and disappointment each month? You've changed your diet, tracked every cycle, reduced your stress, yet the positive test still hasn't come. The waiting, the uncertainty, and the heartache are exhausting. I get it. I've been there. And I know how overwhelming this journey can be. That's why I'm so passionate about one-on-one fertility coaching to provide the personalized support you need. No more second guessing, feeling lost, or wondering if you're missing something crucial. Together we'll create a plan that nurtures your body and spirit, giving you renewed hope and direction. Visit susangladstein.com/fertility to schedule your free consultation and take that first step towards clarity, confidence, and the family you've been praying for. I see this scenario so often. A couple goes through the emotional roller coaster of a vasectomy reversal. They're full of hope, expecting that positive pregnancy test in just a few months. But when it doesn't happen as quickly as they'd hope, the anxiety sets in. Before they know it, they're back at the doctor's office, and suddenly they're hearing words like IUI or IVF. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against IUI or IVF. I mean, there are times when these medical interventions are absolutely the right path. However, doctors are often quick to push these procedures without first addressing some natural, holistic factors that could be impacting fertility. And let's be real, there's a lot of money in these interventions, so of course, they might encourage you to go down that road sooner than later. I remember feeling that same rush into IUI after I was told my husband's post-reversal numbers were amazing and all of my labs came back normal. But I was so desperate to make it happen, especially since I was approaching 40, so I went for it. But to be honest, it felt like it took away from the magic of creating a life together as God intended. But I digress. I mean, how many times have you heard your labs are normal, so you probably just need fertility treatments or something to that effect? Here's the thing. Normal doesn't always mean optimal when it comes to conception. I can't tell you how many times I've looked at someone's lab work and thought, no wonder you're struggling. It's not that the numbers aren't within normal ranges, but they're not in optimal range for fertility. Here's the thing about our bodies. They're incredibly interconnected, especially when it comes to hormones. It's like an orchestra. If one instrument is out of tune, the whole performance is thrown off. Hormones work in harmony, and if just one is out of balance, it can have a domino effect on others. For example, if your thyroid is off, it can mess with your estrogen levels, which can then in turn impact ovulation. So while doctors might say your labs are fine, what they're really looking at is whether your body is within the normal range for the average person, not whether or not it's in the optimal range for making a baby. And I get it. Once you're over 35, everyone makes it seem like your fertility just falls off a cliff. You feel pressured to rush into treatments because you're quote unquote too old or feel like you're running out of time. But let me tell you something. I had my healthiest pregnancy at 40. And even in the Bible, we see women like Sarah and Elizabeth giving birth in their later years. It might have not happened on their timeline, but it was all in God's perfect timing. If God has placed this desire for a child on your heart, trust that He will make a way. Before diving into other treatments, let's talk about a few things you can do naturally to support your fertility. They might seem simple, but they can truly be game changers. The first thing I want to talk about is your thyroid health. Your thyroid is like the thermostat for your body. It regulates your metabolism, hormone levels, and even your menstrual cycle. If your thyroid is off, it can send ripples through all your other hormones. For example, your TSH, or thyroid stimulating hormone, might be in the normal range of 0.5 to 4.5 micro IUs per liter. However, for optimal fertility, we want to see it somewhere between 1 and 2.5. Even a slight imbalance can affect ovulation and affect your ability to conceive, but because it falls within that broad normal range, it often goes unnoticed. So talk to your healthcare provider about getting a full thyroid panel, including TSH, free T3, free T4, and thyroid antibodies. If your TSH is above 2.5, discuss ways to bring it down to that optimal range through dietary changes, lifestyle tweaks, or specific supplements. Remember, even the Bible talks about caring for our bodies as temples in 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20. So taking these steps is part of honoring that vessel that God has given you. Now, I know sleep might seem like an obvious one, but it's huge when it comes to fertility. Your body does so much hormone regulation while you sleep, and when you skimp out on rest, your stress hormones like cortisol stay elevated, and high cortisol can disrupt the balance of other reproductive hormones. It's like trying to conduct an orchestra when one section is out of sync. Everything else follows suit. So aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Create a calming bedtime routine. No screens, bright lights, or heavy meals at least an hour before bed. You could listen to soothing music, read, or take a warm bath to help you unwind. And just like God rested on the seventh day in Genesis 2:2 through 3, your body needs that downtime to reset and prepare for new life. And I can't stress this one enough. Even if you're taking supplements and eating cleaner, unstable blood sugar can wreak havoc on your hormones. When your blood sugar spikes and then crashes, it affects your insulin levels, which directly impact ovulation and hormone production. So, to keep your blood sugars stable, aim to include protein, healthy fats, and fiber in every meal. If you're having fruit for a snack, pair it with some nuts or yogurt to slow down sugar absorption and prevent spikes. Balanced blood sugar leads to balanced hormones, creating the nurturing environment that God designed within your body. I know that when you're waiting for that positive pregnancy test, it's hard not to feel the pressure to jump straight to IUI or IVF. Society, doctors, and even well-meaning friends and family might make you feel like you're racing against the clock. But before rushing into medical interventions, give these natural steps a try. Sometimes God asks us to pause, take a deep breath, and nurture the body He gave us. You might be surprised at how much these foundational aspects of your health can improve your ability to conceive. If this episode resonated with you and you're feeling overwhelmed, I'd love for you to take the next step. Head over to susangladstein.com/fertility and book a free fertility consultation. We'll go through your health and create a plan that aligns with your journey and God's plan for your life. And hey, if you know someone that's feeling that pressure to move to IUI or IVF, please share this episode with them. Sometimes a little patience, education, and trusting God's timing can make all the difference. Remember, in Proverbs 3:5-6, we're called to trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not into our own understanding. Thank you so much for joining me on Conceiving After Vasectomy Reversal. I hope you're feeling encouraged and more hopeful on your journey to growing your family. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little extra support. I absolutely love reading your reviews. They mean the world to me. Like, seriously, words of affirmation are my love language. So let's stay connected. Find me on Instagram at conceivingaftervr and join our Conceiving After Vasectomy Reversal Facebook community for even more support and encouragement. I believe that God placed the desire for a child on your heart for a reason, and I'm grateful to walk alongside you in this season, to encourage you, and to help you find joy in the journey, trusting that His plan is greater than we could ever imagine.
Thanks for listening.